OG Lee in the house once again, once again. Thank goodness, thank goodness. How long do you want to live? Do you want to live to be 80, 85, 90, 100? Realistically, how long do you want to live? And what made me ask this question is the other day I saw online this man here, Mr. Kirk Douglas. Kirk Douglas. And they said he had just turned 103. And I looked at him and I couldn't tell because it was a still picture, so I couldn't tell if he was ambulating and all this stuff. But I thought, wow, 103, man, that's getting up there. And a lot of people don't make it anywhere near that age. I thought about it and I looked at him. I said, oh yeah, Kirk Douglas. Because he goes back and he does some things, I think, since like the 50s. But I've seen him, during like the 60s and 70s. He played a lot of roles and I'm sure made himself filthy. But anyway, I looked at him and I couldn't help but think. First, I said, like a lot of people do, I'm sure. I hadn't seen him or heard about him in a while, so I didn't know what his status was. If he was here or gone or what. But anyway, I thought further. I said, man, Kirk Douglas. And you know how you try to, put a face with the person or whatever. And so since he had got older, I still kind of knew who he was because he's very, very famous, obviously. And his son, of course, Michael Douglas. Gordon Gecko. And a Fatal Attraction guy and all this stuff. But anyway, when I thought about it, I said, man, Kirk Douglas. And I thought about some of his younger roles, and I looked and I put the young with the old. I said, oh, okay. And I thought, yes, wait a minute. Kirk Douglas, I don't remember his ears being that big, man. And I said, let me Google, you know how you do it. Let me Google and go back and look at some of his younger pictures. And I said, I'll be damn. This guy, because I usually look at people's facial features. I don't usually look at their ears when I'm trying to, put a young person with an old, right? To say, do I remember that person? But his ears. Oh, what's going on? I mean, God bless him, that he's 103 years old. But I didn't realize that as you get older, your ears get bigger. And I saw him. I said, hey, Kirk Douglas, man, no, your ears were that big when you were young. Hey, I know I'm going to hell on a rocket, but hey, I didn't, I don't make this stuff up. You put somebody out there on Facebook or whatever it is, whatever social media, online, right? To say that they're 103 years old. You put their face out there like that, and you can't help but evaluate it. I'm looking at the picture. I'm like, okay, 103 years old. And of course, you're rejoicing for the person. Oh, yeah, good, they're 103 years old. But whether they're 103 or 3, if you put a picture out there, I'm going to look at it and think, okay. Just like you would look at a picture and say, oh, that's a handsome man. Or you say, that's a pretty woman. Or that's an old person. Or that person right there only has one eye. Whatever you see is a picture they're putting out there of him to show, of course, that he's alive and well. So I look at it and I'm thinking, gee, man, because I look at this picture, I said, wow, the prominent thing is like his ear. And I'm like, what the hell? I don't remember him when he was an actor back in the day with ears like that. Could be steroids that he's on or whatever. And again, God bless him that he's that old. But I couldn't help but, look at his ears. I remember him as a young actor, and I'm like, man, I don't remember his ears taking up that much of his head when he was that young. As I say, I know I'm going to hell, and to me, nobody's off limits. Nobody's off limits. If you want to put your picture all over the internet, and this applies to me too. Obviously, you can see that I'm not perfect. So, but if you want to put your image out there, and obviously people are going to look at it, and expect there to be some people who critically judge it for what it's worth. The bottom line is, if you put yourself out there with this kind of stuff to be popular, or if you're an actor, an actress, because people make them. That's how he became, famous, from people. So if you put yourself out there in front of people, not everybody's going to, look at it and say, oh, he looks so handsome, or what. But I will say this, he looks handsome for 103. I hope I get to be 103. He looked handsome, I guess, for 100. It is what it is. I just saw this and it just made me think, wow, man, this is Kirk. I keep wanting to say Kirk Franklin. This is Kirk Douglas, man. But it also let me see too, man, that you go through those stages of life. At one point you look, young, handsome, energetic, and then at some point, you kind of dwindle away. And that's why I thought when, as people get older, they tend to shrink. So I saw his ears. I said, God damn. You look at the picture, honestly, what do you say? And to me, the picture, given, he's a long-standing American actor, very famous. To me, with his family even showing his picture, is saying, here, we want you to see our dad, because really, our dad grew, with you over these years. So, since he's alive, and we still want you to see, and we want to show you, how he looks. And I can appreciate that. If you're showing him to us, it's for people to critique. Why else do you show a picture? If you see a picture of something, an image, you're going to critique it. You may not say the same things that someone else says. Perhaps you may say something different, or perhaps you may not say what you think. In any case, so they put the image out there, and it's going to be critiqued. Now that's a big ass earlobe. I don't care who you are. I'm having fun with it like I do everything else. It's going to be me like that at some point. I hope somebody laugh. I hope they say something that's really funny. They could make me laugh while I'm in that condition. Anywho, this is OG Lee, and I'll see you again soon. Hey, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel. And if you hit this notification bell, it'll let you know every time I knock another video out. Thank you for watching and listening. This is OG Lee, and I'll see you again soon.